That just happened. Buddy just found this Ninja 250, 2005. $500. Doesn't run. Turns over nicely. It's got compression. We can hear it. We can't test for the compression. No fuel getting in. Says it has spark. We're going to check that. Battery's shot right now. We're going to check that. And what else? We're going to clean it up. And he's going to ride it. It's his first bike. $500. Can't go wrong. Probably put, maybe a battery into it if it needs a battery. If the battery just never got acided, because it looks like there's no acid whatsoever in it. So did someone sell this person a battery without acid in it? Who knows? But also, who puts these on a battery? Weird. We're gonna take these off. So we're gonna pull the battery out. We're gonna pull the tank off most likely. We're gonna pull what else? Probably more fairings off, just to get a look at everything on this engine. We give a hell of a cleaning. Or check, make sure it's not leaking anything. There were a couple drips. It could be a seal or something, but honestly, never seen these before. These are going in the trash. I deal with this crap. Like, they sell battery bolts for a reason. We're gonna do it the right way. And these are 4mm. Okay, yeah, we're gonna just gonna ixnay that one. Oh man, this battery looks dry, like dry. Is there a year date on it? I don't see one. Oh, there's a little bit of acid, but it's so low. So we're just gonna top this off with some acid first. Let's see if you guys can see it. Like low level there. We're gonna top it off with acid, see if it'll give us a charge. If not, then we'll go replace the battery. Which might seem counterintuitive, but whatever. It does not have an airbox. Has some wonky stuff done because it doesn't have an airbox, including some zip ties in places that we're going to unzip tie and clean. And then it's got some wiring that's just kind of floating around that we got to figure out. Does it go to something important like these two? Probably something important, right? Like these are just some big plugs. Figure out what those go to, if they're required or not, what they go to. Are they just diagnostic ports? Doubt it. But what that could go to. There's also a couple like this one, which is the kickstand safety switch, which has been set, or it's been rerouted, so that's fine. Side cover's missing for the, what's this? Oh, this is a breather for the carbs. Interesting. The cover for the sprocket's gone, but we have it. It's here somewhere. Just got to find it. Yeah. This is an aftermarket lever. The other side has the factory one. We're going to see if we have a factory 300 that'll fit it. Rear passenger pegs have been removed, but it still has a bolt in here. I think we can take these chrome pieces off and just have this. Should be easy. It's got luggage hooks or something. That's cool. It's been laid down a couple times. The handles or the controls are bent. We're going to bend them back for now just a bit, or try to see if these Ninja 300 will fit on here. It looks like they'll fit. And then we'll just put these shorty levers that I've got laying around on there, both sides. We're going to make sure the choke works. Here's something moving in there, so that's a good sign. And we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff with the carbs. But owner of this, and I don't know if he wants to be on YouTube, so I'll have to double check with him, wants to learn about carbs. So I'm going to go through the carbs with him. Whether that's on camera or not, we'll find out. The block's open. That's cool. Cool. We're going to lubricate a bunch of stuff. We're going to clean a bunch of stuff. We're going to take off a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to come off just to check it. And then we're going to let him ride it. He's been riding my Z125, which is outside around, and learning on it. And honestly, it's good for certain things, but that bike does still shift a little funny, that I'd rather have him on something like this. And $500 is $500 is this thing is worth $500 all day long, in my opinion. It looks like it's full on oil, so that's good. Yeah, this brake lever's bent, but it's not. It's honestly not a bad looking bike. It's not in bad shape. You just need some cleaning. It's got these little. These aren't hooked up. It's one wire. It's got these little markers. These little purple marker lights that I kind of want to see if they work. Hook those up. They look like they could be cool. We can wire those in. Turn signal on the other side is busted. This one's not wired. It's got a frayed wire. We'll fix that. There's 3 wires to it. Must be a marker light as well over there. We'll check that out. This side, 3 wires. Again, one frayed. I don't know if someone cut into it to try to splice in these purple lights, or the wiring is for that. I don't know if they were trying to like splice in like this wire and this wire to make the purple be their turn signal. But we're gonna get these working again. This one's busted as hell, so we'll have to replace it or whatever. I got a couple friends with Kawasaki's. They might have some spare parts laying around we could use, or I might have just a aftermarket we can slap in there. Not bad. But like I told my buddy, that's all secondary to getting this thing running. We're probably just going to throw on some pod air filters on this, some foam ones, and call it a day for the airbox system. But what we need to do is I already unhooked the fuel line. I took the tank off, took one side cover off. That's all floating around here somewhere. We got to get these carbs off, which looks super easy, minus that I cannot see where the throttle cable is yet. And I see the choke on this side. Throttle I thought was going to be right here, but this does not look throttle cable-ish. And there's some vent tubes or whatever I'm looking at here. So yeah, let's get busy with this and replace these parts and bolts and stuff as we go for things that need to come off. Came with a repair manual. It's over there, and we might look at that. Might not. You know me. But I'm pretty sure that this tank has to be unbolted from the side fairing before I can take the tank off. And I'm pretty sure that these bolts are not the factory bolts. So I wonder if anyone cross-threaded anything, and I'm going to have some problems with it. But yeah, we're going to get to it. If anyone in the Buffalo area, the Western New York area, has any tips or tricks with these, or if you got some spare parts, let me know. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I can lift the tank off once I get that out of there. And we can open this up. So yeah, if anyone in the Buffalo area has got any spare parts for Ninja 250s or has any tips or tricks for these, let me know. Always could use some more insight. If not, I'm going to just go through the manual and figure it all out myself. And I don't know if we'll replace any of these nuts and bolts with factory things, but all I know is I don't like that they're not factory. Bothers me. Oh, and if anyone wants a vacuum cleaner, this one works. We just got a new one. Tab's broken. Tab works up there, but wasn't really holding on. The tab back here is busted. Both of them are. So those are basically useless. Oh, actually, those are the tabs. They are broken completely. So we can re-epoxy those on. Yeah, for the most part. We'll re-epoxy those on or plastic weld them just enough to get them on there, because those should be on there. Voltage regulator on this side, fuse box, missing a fuse out of a spare. It looks like all 10s. Probably not supposed to be all 10s, but we'll work on that too. This goes in here, I think, but it doesn't feel great. It's a neat, unique color. Nothing I've seen on a Ninja before. Especially this color. This is neat. I like it. I kind of am jealous, but also good enough bikes. In worst case, he rides it for a year and I buy it off him. I don't need it. 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 And maybe we take this front whole fairing assembly off completely just to get a look at everything too. That might not be a bad idea, because I do see some rust on the front stay up there that we could sand or grind off and repaint. Easy enough. That could be a good project. One of the washers came off here. Damn, what about the other 12 bikes I'm working on? Yeah, no shit. I gotta work on all of them at once. Okay, perfect. Lift. Okay, tank's off. There is some fuel in this, but we don't know how long it's been in there, so definitely gonna empty that out. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, we're at the top of the engine already. Done. Throttle cables on that side. Yep. It's pulling. It looks like it's working. That's good. Could use some lubrication. It doesn't snap back the way I want it to. Sticks. That's not good. One, two. I have to make. With someone else working on this, I'm going to make sure all these cables are going in the right place. Okay, we got some wiring harness here that's got, it's been taped and untaped and also retaped. Tighten that up a little bit. Last time this was inspected was 2013. Huh, it's not, that doesn't invoke confidence. Neutral switch probably right there. We're going to rerun some electrical in here and zip tie some stuff into places where it'll be out of the way better, like up in here. Like this, I think, it's supposed to be in this tract up here, outside of the frame, I think. So we'll find that in the manual though, and we'll get these in a little bit better. Well, let's get a screwdriver and let's get these carbs off and start working on disassembling those. Then we'll take the, no, I can't get to the, nope. Choke's gonna have to be done in a minute. Step over the tank because the choke's kind of in between other things. Not really a great way to get to it from here. So we'll at least get these boots disconnected. Try to get the throttle cable disconnected, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, might be able to just do this. And then take the whole throttle assembly off, both cables, without loosening the idle, or the tensioners. So these are sticking a little bit. You almost hear something grabbing up in there. This whole assembly looks loose, and it is. Okay, we'll play with that up in there. We'll lube everything up pretty nicely, and we'll get going. Let's loosen this way up. Just barely got it loose. Okay, carbs are loose. Just got to get the choke off, which is this guy right here. So note to self, when replacing the choke, you're going to have to put it back on before you put the carbs back in the bike. Just wonder if it's easier this way. It is. So far, so much easier. Okay. Oh, these are widow guys. Some dead bug or something in here. Doesn't help. It's fuel. That was me. These are dirty. You can already tell. But they move up and down, so that's a good start. Yeah, so we're gonna have to drain these. All the fuel in them, and then we're gonna lube, adjust, take apart stuff. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it right. But oh man, there is never cease on something here. What has got never cease on it? Oh, I'm getting it everywhere. Uh-oh. Something's got some never cease. Where are you? Okay, let's clean my hands up, get the never cease off my hands. And we will try to figure that out because it's just going to spread and get everywhere. Yeah. It's already spreading. It's spreading. Where was it? Oh, there's a blob. What the hell? There's a blob of it on here. On the tip of the... What the... There's blobs of it on places where there shouldn't be blobs of it. What is going on? Okay. Figure out what's going on with that. Most of these cables, or most of these tubes look okay. Or okay enough. Okay, carbs are up. That's where we're going to start. I'll leave that until my buddy gets here, and we can mess with that. I'll move the battery over to here. So these other side covers. Then we take another look at this thing. Not bad, not bad. Really, Kawasaki? Come on, let me get the spark plug out without stuff being in my way. Coil. It's clean in there. We'll pull the plug out that's way down in there. We'll take a look, make sure it looks cleanish. I mean, it could be probably cleaner, but we're gonna make sure it looks okay before we put it back in. Here's some marker light stuff. Okay. What do these look like? Now let's check. Okay, let's do the funny thing. Let's grab the 12 volt tester. Okay, we've got positive, negative. Positive. Positive. Just a little tap. Those aren't bright worth anything. Those are nothing. Those are garbage. Cool. That's how you hooked up. So those are pretty garbage marker lights. I like them because they're cool looking, but Yeah, they're not going to do anything for you. Maybe at night. And we'll fix them. We'll make them. We'll still wire them up and make them look cool. But that was very disappointing. Oh, what else should we do? Oh, we wait, because I don't want to mess with those carbs until he's here. I want to do the full carb with him. Let's grab a couple old things and see if we can get the... Okay, let's see what the switch is. Okay, let's see if we can get a socket in there, and we'll try to get the bolt out of here. So we can see if we can swap out these controls, because they look pretty darn close. It doesn't say online that these will fit, like this version, but it's, I mean, I've seen crazier things happen. There's a bolt there. Oh, it's like smacking it off. A bolt right there for the neutral switch. Safety thing. Take that off too. And we can unbolt here and spin the damn thing. So let's unbolt it, spin it, so we get a better look. Tried to clean up a little bit today and didn't work. Oh, there's the sprocket cover and the mirrors for it, because the mirrors are not on it. Should be a 10 millimeter, right? Yep. Oh, much better. I can see what I'm doing now. Oh, two. See? There's two there. Now, probably left that on the other side, didn't I? I did. I don't bring my tools with me half the time. I just kind of go scavenger hunting for them. All right. Let's take the switch off. The neutral switch. This is just going to be enough so I can get to that nut right there and get the nut out of the way. Putting a lot of pressure so I don't strip this thing out. My shoulder's popping. Very dirty machine screw. Ah, blue Loctite. That's why it gave me a little bit of trouble. Not too bad though. Okay. Not the worst thing. Let's look at it's brake, right? Clutch side. I mean that looks right to me. Like I don't want to put it on if it's the wrong thing, but also I want them to have these levers, not these ones that are on here. I can't seem to loosen that by hand, the lock. It's probably been on there so long that it doesn't want to move. There we go. It's a little extra persuasion for it. Yeah, definitely get some grease in there. Oh man. Okay. Another 10 mil. Loosen that up. Thought I loosened it up. I did. Now the other thing might be that the clutch fits but the brake doesn't. That might be a thing we run into here too, that only one side fits. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a little dirty in there, a little sticky icky. Moment of truth. So see if this fits. That fits perfectly. Okay, so the clutch lever looks like it's going to work just fine. Let's get this clamp in there. And let's stop. A little grimy in there. Let's try and get a little bit of that out. A little better. Let's break out something. Where is it? All right. Oh. Okay. Haven't even used this thing yet. Nice. Cable looper. That's all we're looking at here. What side do we put it in? Remove one end of the table. Yep. Pick side. Can't really tell. Can't really tell. Looks like move the end of the table, which probably means cable. Pick the end which is easy to access. Slide cable into monkey, ensuring the cable does not go further than shown as the inside of the cable monkey is tapered. Okay, that's not really that helpful. Using suitable lubricant maintenance spray 2 tension fingers. Push nozzle into the opening shown there. All right, back with the Ninja 250 here. We were able to get the clutch lever on. The brake lever is okay, but there's a little space down here. Looks like we need like a little shim so it doesn't slide down, but everything seems to work. So we're going to shim that, and then I'm going to say that a Ninja 300 clutch and brake lever will fit a 2005 Ninja 250, and it'll be perfectly fine. So the next thing we're going to work on today is Matt's favorite thing in the world, which is going to be his carburetors. And we're going to tear them down, we're going to clean them out, and we're going to rebuild them, and then see if the bike will run. So let's break them down. So we're back with the Ninja 250, and it's a little different than before. All the fairings came off. Half of it wasn't attached. This coolant line wasn't attached. There's a lot of things that haven't been attached to this since we started working on it. And popular, or contrary to popular belief, is these have no spark. Previous owner said it has spark, it has compression, it just isn't getting fuel right. It just needs a carb cleaning. So we tested all those theories. Carbs are cleaned out, sprayed some starter fluid in there just to hear it pop a couple times, and it wouldn't do shite. So we pulled these out, touched them to the side. They would not do anything. I'm going to now go through and look at the control modules, ignition control system back here, which may or may not be the right one. I don't know, like what's been done to this bike. So we're going to play with it. We're going to get it running. Shouldn't take a whole lot more, I don't think. But we're going to take a look at the stator. What else should we look at? The bolt missing here. Bolt missing here. I was hoping this would be a little bit easier than it is, but what else is new? You know, nothing's ever easy when you want it to be. I want to get this cover off, I think, and look at the stator and the ignition pickup system and see if it's all corroded, crusted, whatever in there. But we'll see. We'll see in a bit. It's not going to be that much of a trouble, I don't think. Oh, gosh. There we go. Man, maybe it will be. Okay. This should be your timing port. Yep. Okay, everything's spinning. Good start. We're going to pop this cover off. We're going to look at the stator system underneath. Carbons are clean, but I'm afraid that the seals in the bottom are going to leak because the gasket was flattened. This wire, it looks like it goes to the safety switch for the stand, which doesn't seem to work because if we plug it in, so we get this plugged in. Oh wait, it should work. I'm an idiot. And I put it in neutral. Obviously, it would kill it. Not what I'm doing. So let's try something silly. No spark. Basically, if you put it in gear while the engine's running, it should kill it if this kickstand's down and like this. So that's my bad. That should have been fine. Just not that smart. Okay, so we're gonna pull that off. We'll take a look at what's underneath. So I started to start digging this stuff before I started going crazy, and I needed to check the pickup coil resistance should be between 100 and 150 ohms of resistance on the ignition or on the pickup coil. So start with that. Go over to the side here on this side of the bike. Take these two off. This goes to the ignition coil. Got a looks like a black and white and a yellow. We're gonna check, and we're in kilo ohms on the meter. And it says we're at 0.118 kilo ohms. So that's 118. So pickup coil sadly is good. So what's that mean? That means the next thing in line could be bad, which is, survey says, the CDI, control ignition, blah, 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 whatever. This box over here could be bad. How do you check this box? Take it up to dealership. They might be able to test it. I'm going to see if my dealer can test this for me. If not, might just see if we can find one locally, cheap to test with, see if anyone's got one. If not, we might be SOL for that one. Gonna touch the coil of the leads? Yeah, and no shade. Oh, click some stuff. We are gonna keep looking through electrical problems here and try to figure out what's going on with it. But the ignition coil seems to be not functioning properly. We are gonna probably pull. So we're gonna test the ignition coil. Oh, ignition coil test. Voltage source electro tester. Oh, okay. Looks like you need a custom 5007, or I need a special Kawasaki tool to test the pickup, which is this tool, which looks like not that, some electro tester. Huh. Says in stock at Partzilla. What do they want for it? $375. Yeah, not going to happen. So we're going to see if we can find a workaround to test coils. Just see if the coils are bad. And then I'm going to try to find a... what is this? Oh, see? Now we can check the primary winding resistance and measure secondary winding resistance. I might keep scrolling, you can find more information. I see igniter removal. Yup. Man, there's some more stuff. How to test this probably is... Yup. Hey, look at this. We can test the whole thing ourselves. Okay, we're going to test the igniter. There's a whole chart here, which is already halfway out of the bike. Okay, cool. So we're going to do some tests. gonna do some tests. I'm gonna get a piece of paper. I'm gonna write down all my tests. I'm gonna come back with a sheet of paper with all my tests for everything that's in this book, and we'll go over it all at once. How's that sound? Cool, cool. All right, back with the Ninja 250 out here, and I went through the electrical system, did all the tests, did the pickup coil resistance, 116, which is between the 100 and the 150. Ignition coil winding resistances, primaries 3 and 3, between the 2.1 and the 3. Secondary windings 14.46 and 14.41, between 10 and 16. And then we get down to the CDI, the beautiful CDI, which is over here. And connecting any of these terminals, they all read infinite. So I think we found our problem. The CDI is DED dead, completely and utterly fudged up, mother truckers. And we are going to have to get a new one. Luckily, we found several of these online on eBay, $50-ish. I think up to $540 for a brand new one. And we're going to have to get a new one, put in the bike, test it out, see if that's what our problem is, see if that works. And then we're going to have to go from there, because what else have I got? Nada. What else have we got? We're going to clean the chain. We're going to take the brakes off it for now, and we're going to do some general cleanup while we wait for parts to come in for this. And then we're going to keep going. So let's end it there. We know what's wrong. We don't have spark. That's our problem. We're going to redo the carbs as well. We're going to get a carb kit for those. Put in new seals, put in new everything, do it. So we're going to clean this, and we'll come back with another video when we get more parts. Cool, cool. Zan out. Peace.